So now we're going to talk about just briefly some of this extra fog that I added over the top. We're getting close to the end of the script here, so there's not that much more to go through. And these are sort of techniques that we may have already covered, but essentially just reiterating the idea. So we have this rooftop fog. I added some light coming down in an array of light behind here. And essentially it's kind of the same, similar technique that I've been doing with different things. So I have a constant here that I've given a solid alpha. And I've just kind of color graded it slightly, and I've masked, actually not masked, but I kind of added a light source into that base color. And this is a super white, so if you sample it, you can see that it's beyond the 1 values here. And then I've just taken another noise pattern, just taken these two noise patterns, stacked them together like we did for the other one, and just masked that off. So, and then I animated it a little bit. And then I just use that as a mask for that base color that we created. So we get a result like this. And after that, I've just simply adjusted the contrast, stenciled out the objects that are in front of it with a rotoshape. And then I just merge it over. So that's pretty much it. That's how we create a very simple volume smoke fog thing. And then I did a little bit of another PSD merge, like I just showed, just kind of boosting some color around this area. And then we go into, and if I'm going too fast and you really, really want to know exactly what's here, the nodes are here. You can just step through, take a look. It's the exact same technique that I just taught, so it's nothing new. And then we have this overall fog, which is something I taught in sort of my photoreal elements class, but essentially just blur the crap out of the picture, color correct it if you want to, and we just take a really big noise, and you see how the noise feels like it's moving in multiple clouds. This is the same technique I told you guys before, is stacking your noise patterns. So I have like a small one and a big one, and I just screened them together and made them a different speed, so it's kind of 3D looking effect. And I've just done the technique where I do the multiplying the color without the alpha. So I've switched the output to just RGB only. And by multiplying that really blurred picture into our smoke, that smoke is going to make, it's going to become multicolored. So we get like the blurred colors of the image, which is giving us a really broad smoke that we can place over our shot. And then I've just masked that and put it over the shot. So here's the result. If I gain up, you can see it just adds mist and kind of a thick fog everywhere. But I didn't make it super bright, I just made it a subtle effect. So I've just brought that down a little bit. And that's essentially how we create these close roof fogs. Next thing I did was I created a couple wires just to wrap it up, to add a couple foreground elements, just to have some hanging wires in front of the frame. I thought that looked kind of cool. So I just did some roto shapes. Pretty simple. Just take the open spline tool. You can draw your shapes here like that, and then you can set the width. So I've just drawn a couple shapes there and slightly adjusted the colors. And then I also added a little bit of a defocus, so that the edge of the wire that's closest to us is a little bit out of focus, and then the one that's further away is more in focus. And to help integrate that, I did a slight light wrap as well. So a light wrap will help make those edges feel like they're kind of being affected by the light behind. And this is the same thing. So I added some more wires on the left side, if it loads here. So there we go. We add these wires on the left side. Same exact thing. I just drew a couple wires hanging there, and then I did a little bit of a light wrap. And you see how that helps a little bit. It just takes these really bright areas and wraps it around that wire. And that's pretty much it for the fog and wires. Now we'll go on to the extra puddles I've added to the shot, which is an important aspect. And that'll be it.